if your schedule is being hijacked by the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, grind, working constantly to satisfy others, the gym routine, constantly being this TikTok version. Yeah, TikTok is a play on our time and how they're using our time against us and how we can take our time back. We can make the adjustments that we need seasonally for our body's needs and adjust to that. And we can't do that into this 9 to 5 grind mentality where everybody's going to the gym and going to work when they feel like they're supposed to. It's just locked in the matrix. That's all it is. Create your own schedule, fill your body's own needs. That's it. To go into that a little bit further is to say that all this time that we spend working, grinding, whether it be inside a gym, it's not going to matter anymore. All, all these jobs are about to be taken by AI. People need to start creating their own schedules and what their needs are for their body and their mind and what's going to sustain their families the most. In a thriving sense, not a survival sense. It's a big difference. And if people don't get out of that mentality, they're not going to see the problem before it hits. And trust me, AI is about to take so many jobs, it's going to affect it and create a depression that America has never seen before. And the way around that is waste management. Yeah, that's what I said. I got a bill on the way for waste management. What this recycling and waste management bill does is it creates jobs where there is plenty of full trash. There's garbage all over Ohio and other countries, other states, other cities. This bill can be modeled anywhere in the world. So we'll use the system of what Michigan did with their bottle bill and how it's created so much sustainability for their cities and state. And we're going to model that for Ohio and different cities in Ohio. And we're going to tweak it a little bit because this resource management and waste management is also going to help homelessness with a reward system for addiction treatment and housing. So what this bill is going to do is create jobs. It's going to clean up litter. It's going to create a reward system and funding for homelessness and addiction. It's going to create funding and resourcing for so much. And the job is going to be by the thousands. And the profits and margins, as far as funding for other things that come from the resource management, it's going to be in the millions, like close to 100 million a year that's recuperated. Like, for example, right here. And since the waste management bill and funding goes into almost 100 million a year in unclaimed funds from people cashing in their bottles and cleaning up waste, the funding that could be used for that is immense. You use it to clean up streets and create new walkways and create more energy sustainability with bike paths and recharge stations for electronic bikes. We could use that to help all kinds of children's programs. And if we don't give back to the children ASAP, it's going to continue to become a big crisis and mental health issue and physical issue, if not understood. And I don't want to use the word fixed, but understood and corrected in different ways. And one of the greatest ways I've come to understand is fixing that issue in the world, in our state, in our country, is to make trauma-informed training more needed and more mandated, especially in spaces where they provide childcare of any kind, whether it be schooling, the doctor, the dentist. A lot of these places that provide childcare, they understand childhood development to an extent, but some of them aren't trauma-informed, and they don't have the trauma responses that are needed for some of these individual cases. And if we can work on that a little bit more, I think it would help so many people. So to work on a bill and to have the funding from the waste management, going into the resources of the children's programs to provide more trauma-informed training is so doable. These bills will work hand in hand with each other to provide the space and needs that should be met to come up with the criteria to help these things that are dire things in Ohio and dire situations going on around the country and the world, for that matter. And yeah, I hope this helps. Appreciate anyone's support on this way and this road. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to need a lot of teamwork. These kids need us more than ever. Mother guy needs us more than ever. Let's go. You know, I think one of the things that sickens me the most and makes me want to move out of America is the things that are common sense to other people in countries, like letting your dog out and letting them walk and letting them roam so they're not pent up and aggressive as fuck all the time. Same with children. And why isn't that common sense? And why are we feeding our kids so much garbage and toxic shit? And it's not considered child endangerment. And why is it not considered abuse to these kids and abuse to these animals that are locked up all the time and have very little freedoms? And these kids, they're having their freedom stripped away from them while their parents are feeding them fucking garbage in a country that's supposed to protect our children, protect our people. Can't even fucking make sure there's not poison in our food.